Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be doing something that I haven't done in a very long time. So I'll be reading again from I the Asshole from Reddit. And yes, you probably noticed, I'm doing this after not being able to do a voiceover for a very long time. So the reason for that is, just in case this is the first video that you're watching from my channel, I was a bit sick for a very long time. I was coughing really bad, and I also had a cold, but now I feel so much better, and I'm really excited to start doing a voiceover or doing voiceovers again. I used to do this a lot. I used to read a lot from Reddit while I show how I fix up my dolls. So as you probably noticed, in the date where I shot this video, this was taken back last year on October 21st. So this is actually my axe murderer doll. I'm only going to, I actually have a lot of videos that I haven't posted yet on this channel, so I'm really going to work on editing them. Well, not so much of an edit, because as you probably noticed, this is a very long video. I'm not sure if I'm still going to cut it, but that's going to depend on how many stories I'm going to read from I the Asshole on Reddit. So yeah, I'll just take a look and see what I'll do once I'm finished recording everything I want to read from I the Asshole. But anyway, so while you're watching me fix up this doll, okay, turn her into an axe murderer. By the way, her name is Pearl. I'm going to be reading from I the Asshole. So I'm just going to be selecting randomly from that subreddit, and I'm going to read whatever comes into my mind, or whatever is on the top. I'm not doing anything particular in selecting the stories. Anyway, let's go. Enough blabbering. Let's read the first story. So the first story is titled, "Am I the Asshole for telling my sister-in-law that she was stupid and prone to miscarry?" Oh my god. Okay, that's a very... We're starting out strong. So let's go ahead and read this. I, 25 female, have been married to my husband for 2 years. We recently got our first home and are officially homeowners, so a few weeks ago we decided to throw a big party with family and friends. We did have a bunch of alcohol drinks and mixed drinks, but I had them separated because my sister-in-law is 3 months pregnant. Now, my sister-in-law has had 4 miscarriages in the past. It's heart-wrenching and I feel horrible for her. I've always been supportive. She has a form of PCOS. Anyway, at the party, I had told sister-in-law that the non-alcohol drinks were in the indoor fridge, and to feel free to make herself virgin drinks if she liked. On the table outside, I had mixed drinks outside and in the outside cooler. Long story short, sister-in-law ended up getting trashed. A week later, she miscarried. She's been blaming my husband and I since early January for this, sending us hateful messages, spamming my phone, saying one of us must have mixed up the drinks, which didn't happen. And when it first occurred, I told her I was so sorry, but it wasn't our fault. We had other guests who were drinking, and I have made her aware of where the other drinks were. 2 days ago, she tried pulling that stuff again when we ran into her while at our mother-in-law, and again said it and followed me through the house arguing with me. I finally blew up and said, "You're the stupid one for A, not listening when I told you where the non-alcoholic drinks are, B, for continuing to drink because she had to, of course, realize that she was getting drunk, and C, because you're already prone to miscarriages due to your condition, and this isn't our fault." She broke down in tears, crying and wailing, saying I wasn't sensitive. I was a horrible person. My mother-in-law asked us to leave. My husband and I feel bad for her miscarrying, of course, but she had been harassing us for weeks. Sister-in-law texted me off BIL number. I don't know what that means, but anyway, because we blocked her, brothers-in-law number, okay. saying how she couldn't believe I was calling her stupid when her misfortune happened due to my party, how I needed to apologize, and how I've never been pregnant so I'll never understand, and how alcohol feels different during pregnancy, how I was uneducated. Mother-in-law is backing her up. Am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole. First of all, yes, I agree with you that your sister-in-law is so stupid. I mean, I think probably she was tempted, or maybe she felt envious of the other guest who was drinking alcohol, because let's face it, I'm not an alcohol drinker, okay? So let me just get it out there. So I'm not really fond of drinking alcohol. I'm not even a social drinker. If I'm really pressured to drink, I'll drink something with a very, very low alcohol content. Like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Tanduay Ice, but yeah, it's like a margarita, but very, very low alcohol content. And I only like take one, okay? Drink one bottle and then that's it. That's my limitation. I think that this sister-in-law is trying to blame someone else for her troubles, maybe just to make herself feel good. Probably she knows deep inside that it's really hurtful because, first of all, if you're pregnant and you know that you've already had several miscarriages, then you should have been more careful. If you could just stay in bed, stay in bed, do a complete bed rest, do not get up for anything until you go into labor and then bring out your child in the world. That's what you should do, just to make sure that the pregnancy will go through and not have any issues. But no, okay, so what she's doing here is that she's doing a sort of gaslighting. She's trying to blame someone else for her troubles just because she's too stupid, and maybe it's really deep inside she doesn't really want children, and maybe she felt pressured maybe by her husband to have children because probably he wants a family, and she's not really inclined about it. But because she doesn't want to be like the evil person in the relationship who doesn't want children while her husband does want children, she goes along with it, but she's intentionally trying to make herself miscarry. So I don't know. I don't know this person. I can only assume. But based on what she's doing, she's really the one at fault here because, first of all, if you're pregnant, as I mentioned, and you really have a very difficult pregnancy in the past, then you shouldn't really go to a party. I don't think the sister-in-law, the sender, the original poster, and her husband will take it against you if you decide not to attend the party. And since you've already attended, then you should know that maybe you should limit yourself to just drinking water or drinking juice without any alcoholic beverage mixed in. But to blame someone else for your miscarriage is so annoying. Okay. Oh my God, I really think that this sister-in-law should have her head checked. She's crazy. I don't blame you a bit. If I were in your shoes, I would have slapped some sense into her. And I'll also tell your mother-in-law that she's also stupid for taking her side. If she has so much trouble getting pregnant and then she really wants a kid, then maybe she should just go adopt. Okay, I think that's the best thing. But I don't really think that she's, going to be a good mother because even though she's not yet a mother, she's making these questionable choices. So what more if she's already pregnant, Well, anyway, so that's that. So let me just read some of the comments here. So let me read the top comment. So according to this, I'm sorry, but this is sticking my Reddit conspiracy bone. Are you sure that she was actually pregnant? Because I've known a lot of people who have struggled with fertility issues, and if they were 3 months pregnant and prone to miscarrying, they would have read labels 5 times and probably played it safe by just drinking. Exactly. So that's what I said earlier. So I myself do not drink any alcohol and have never once ended up accidentally drunk. It's pretty obvious on the first sip or two if a drink is something other than what I intended. Exactly. Oh, heck, I can't even be fooled by regular Coke when I order Coke Zero. No matter how many times those kids in the McDonald's drive-thru try to pull one over on me. Okay, so probably Presuming brother-in-law and mother-in-law were at the party, why did neither of them notice she was getting tipsy and cut her off? I just don't see how, as a host, you are somehow responsible for a bunch of other people's actions or failure to act. Okay, so very well said. Okay, so yeah. Okay, that's what I think. I think that she was just playing dumb. Okay, if she's not really stupid, then she's playing dumb. She's trying to, maybe just imbibe. Okay, so she's just trying to find a way to just drink because she's like, where maybe she's like really an alcoholic, a low-key alcoholic, and then she's trying to pin the blame on you because, of course, she miscarried and now she needs to blame someone other than herself. But anyway, enough of that. So that's a very, very, very triggering topic. But let's see what else is here. So the next story is, am I the asshole for moving out instead of sharing my living space, which is causing a problem for my mom and her boyfriend? Okay, let's see. Okay, my dad passed away when I was 16. Oh, okay, sorry. My dad passed away when I, female 16, was like 3. We live in the house that my grandparents own, and they agreed to let my mom and I live there rent-free. Okay. Over the years, whenever my mom dated, I tried to spend the nights she had guests over at my grandparents' house. When I was 10, my grandfather renovated the basement to make me my own kind of apartment. I have my own bathroom, kitchen, and living room to go with my bedroom. My mom met a guy last year and it got serious. He moved in with his 2 kids, which is fine by me. My mom deserves to be happy and have someone in her life. There are 3 bedrooms upstairs, so it's perfect. 1 for them and 1 for each of his kids. Everyone was going according to plan until the kids asked where I was staying. I said I live on the basement. They made a joke about me living in my basement. They made a joke about me living in my mom's basement. I invited them down to play Mario Kart to be sociable and to show off if I'm being completely honest. I have a couch my uncle gave me and my dad's old lazy boy in the living room. The recliner is only for me and all my friends know that. So this kid starts complaining that it wasn't fair that I got all this room to myself. One tried sitting in my chair even after I told her that it was only for me. I settled that immediately. It's mine. After a few races where I demolished them, I said it was time for them to go back upstairs. They said no. I called my mom to come get them. Over the course of the next week, my mom started hinting that maybe my living room should be a common area. I said no. She started insisting. I said no. She has a key to my door. I never lock my door unless she had guests. I did start locking it when Dad and his kids moved in. I came home from school and found the kids in my living room. They had also gone into my room, and they were eating my snacks that I pay for myself. I yelled and told them to get the F out. I called my mom to explain why they were there. She said that she decided it wasn't fair that I got almost a third of the house to myself and that my TV and gaming system should be shared. I said F that. She got really upset with me and said it was a done deal, so deal with it. My grandfather and he and my uncles came and got me, and all the things that mattered to me, including my recliner. I told my mom that she needed to start paying rent if I wasn't going to be living there. I have a bedroom at my grandparents' house, but I miss my area. My mom is trying to get me to go back so that they can save money to get their own place. Yeah, right. I'm not that dumb. She said that I need to stop being a brat and behave like an adult. I said I was living like an adult until you let those kids into my area without my permission. She tried to say she could do whatever she wanted in her house. Sometimes I think she forgets that it wasn't my dad's house and she didn't inherit it. I feel a little guilty about this because my mom is actually pretty cool and I hate that this is causing strain on her relationship. Am I the asshole? Okay, edit. After talking to my grandparents, I have something to add. They were not happy about her moving her boyfriend and his kids in. They were going to allow it since I live there still. Them coming into my space and my mom saying that I had to share it did not go over well with them. That's why they want to start charging her rent, especially after I moved out. Definitely, you're not the asshole. First of all, it's very, 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 um, well, your mom really had the nerve getting her boyfriend come into your house as well as his kids. I mean, yes, I understand that you want your mom to be happy, but still, it's not her house. She's there because your grandparents, okay, the father of your the parents of your father, um, are the ones who's allowing her to live there rent free. It's because of you. Basically, if it weren't for you, she wouldn't be staying at that house. So how come she's letting strangers, her boyfriend, and the kids who are the ones who are acting like like brats, um, you know, uh, like take over? Like I'm really really upset that they are saying that it's not. First of all, you're not supposed to be there. You don't have a right because in the first place, you're not relatives. You're not blood relatives. You're just basically you're just moochers. So how come I really don't understand how people could think that they are entitled to something when they're not really paying for the rent, for example, in this case, because let's not forget, you're only there because you're a relative. Okay, so you're the daughter of your father, okay, and your mother's in-laws are the ones allowing her to live there in their house. It's not her. They're not giving her the house. Basically, they're allowing her to live there because she is your mother. So I'm really really upset that they think that they also have a right to the house, when in fact that they should be, bending over themselves to serve you, to make sure that you're happy, that you're comfortable with everything. I think that if I would advise the OP, I will tell her that to make sure that these kids know that they're living there because she allows them to. That if she could decide to just have them thrown out, she could. Okay, and then you should also tell your mother that stop being a bitch, okay, and tell her to get her act together. And if she wants to have a boyfriend, then fine, okay. But if that's the case, then make sure that she knows that she cannot do whatever she wants because it's technically really it's your house. That the only reason she is able to live there rent free is because of you and not because of anything else. She's not paying any rent, so she doesn't have any right to the house. That's what I'm going to say. So anyway, I think you're being very patient because if I were in your shoes, I would have slapped those kids around and then thrown them out of the house. And then maybe I would even, slap the boyfriend of my mother and then tell them that they should all get out because that house should be yours. Okay, but anyway, okay, I'm glad that you are making yourself understood that you're not going to be like Cinderella and allow your evil stepfather and your evil step siblings to run the house. You're the queen of that house and they should know it. Anyway, let's just read the top comment. So, not the asshole. I'm glad you're standing firm because your mother has absolutely no right to your living area, your things, your snacks, etc. They were provided to you by your grandparents, not from her. Unfortunately, some people can't be reasoned with, as you found out. You're probably going to find yourself going low contact when you're an adult. That's okay, you can love her from a distance, and not because the person who supplies the deficits in her life. She's an adult, she should pay her own way, not steal from her daughter. Exactly. Okay, so very well said. Anyway, I'm really, really upset by what happened to her, but I'm glad that she stood firm. And yes, definitely tell this mother, your stupid mother, to get her act together. And if she wants to have a second family, like she wants to have a boyfriend and maybe take care of those stupid stepkids, then pay her own way, pay her rent. Okay, it's not your responsibility to shoulder their living finances, whatever. Oh my god. Okay, that really made me mad. But anyway, let's read the next story. Okay, would I be the asshole if I kick my niece out for not following house rules? Okay, let's see. So my nice 22 female niece moved in with my husband and I temporarily for a couple of months. She graduates uni in May and then she's off to Europe. So instead of renewing her lease in January, she asked if she could pay us about 500 per month for a room. We said yes. She goes to uni in our state and her parents live in California, so that's why she could not ask them. Anyhow, we said yes and set some ground rules. Even though she's an adult, but it's our house and would like her to follow our rules. So clean up after yourself, laundry, dishes, guest bathroom, and room. And absolutely no sleepovers of any kind with males or females. Okay, I think that's reasonable. She has been keeping her side of the bargain, but the last 3 weekends, I know she has had a guest stay over in the guest suite with her, coming in late on Saturday night, and then he sneaks out Sunday morning. I know this because I get up early on the weekends around 8 a.m. and this guy leaves around 9 a.m. I'm usually sitting on the upstairs balcony having a coffee and he doesn't see me. So I'm tempted to sit down with her tonight and my husband and tell her that if she doesn't stop bringing this guy to sleep over, that she's out of our house. She hasn't even introduced him to us, but even then, he would not be allowed to sleep over. She's 22, 23 in May, and me and my husband are in our mid-30s. I don't care if she's an adult, but it's our house. So would I be the asshole if I kick her out if she disagrees to our house rules again? Update. I wanted to add that it was not just a verbal agreement. We typed it up and had her sign and date it. Update 2. The main reason is that we don't want strange men or women in our home. She has not bothered to introduce us to this guy or to any girlfriends. We have laptops, tablets, and other gadgets in our home. We don't want these to start disappearing. We trusted her and she agreed to these rules. If she didn't like them, then don't live in our house. Imagine we run into this guy at night and we have no idea who he is. It would not end well for him. Last update. We had a mass stabbing here in the November of the 2022. A college student broke into a house and stabbed 4 students to death. Oh, I think I know this. I think this is the... it's very, very well known. I forgot what they call. But anyway, so this is a very, very famous story. But anyway, that shook up the whole town and everyone has installed cameras and has firearms just in case anything like that were to ever happen again. This little town was so shaken by these murders. Everyone was paranoid when they hadn't caught the guy. It was awful. I'm not trying to be the mean, scary aunt. I just don't want strangers in the house and just trying to keep everyone safe. Thanks to all those who gave advice. And those who called me names and you're the asshole, well, okay then. Have a good night, everyone. She just got home and we'll talk to her about it now. We don't plan to kick her out and we don't want to kick her out. We're just reminding her of a contract she signed and hopefully we can work this out. I want my family to be safe. Okay, to me, you're not the asshole. Okay, why? Okay, first of all, before she moved in, you already gave her the ground rules. So there are rules that she needs to follow if she wants to stay in your house. Even though she's paying, she cannot just do whatever she wants. Okay, of course, you need to make sure that she knows your limits and what she should do and not do. So I think you are very reasonable. Okay, so she should keep the place clean. So she's not allowed to bring in male or female friends. Okay, if I were you, yes, definitely. I think this is not unreasonable. Okay, of course, she's not like a guest in your house. Like she can just leave her mess around for you to clean. You don't have a maid. You're not her maid. Okay, so again, if she doesn't agree with this, she can just look for some other accommodations. In the first place, okay, I think she's very, very, very indecent in having men over. So I don't think that they're just, sleeping, okay, quote unquote, sleeping without doing anything. Definitely they're having sex, okay? So they're having sex and she should be ashamed of having sex even though she's not married. Oh my God. What a dirty person. So she's so scandalous. Oh my God. She should be ashamed, especially since it's not her house. You're her aunt, and she has her uncle there. So isn't she ashamed that she's showing to the entire world, her relatives, that she's having premarital sex? That's so shameful, so embarrassing that I feel so embarrassed for her. Oh my God. But anyway, definitely if she doesn't agree or if she keeps doing this, I think it's better to just kick this person out, okay? Because if you have kids, then she's setting the wrong example. She's setting a bad example to your kids, showing that she's a slut, okay? Basically, that she's having sex with people who she's not married to. Oh my God. I think she's a very, very bad example. So better to get rid of her. In my opinion, I would just kick her out. Tell her that okay, she can have a week to look for another place to stay in, but she cannot stay there anymore. She can keep her money. Okay, we don't need the money anyway. But I'd rather not risk my family, the values of my kids, for in letting someone like her stay in our house. Because not only is it a risk of letting a stranger go in, and maybe this stranger is a thief, and then your stuff will go missing. You're just setting an example that, oh, okay, kids, it's okay to have sex with people that you're not married to. Even though you're still not married, you're having sex. Oh my God, such a shameful, embarrassing, immoral thing to do. Oh my God. So, but anyway, so enough of that. I think you should just kick her out because she's not a good example. And anyway, she broke your rules, and she should be punished, okay, by being kicked out of the house because she's immoral. Anyway, let's just read whatever here the top comment is. Okay, yes. So I think this person agrees with me. Not the asshole. Your house, your rules. My only advice is framing. Sitting down with her and saying that you have not discussed not having people stay over, and you know she has been doing that despite your agreement. It's not unreasonable to say, I'm happy to have you here, but I don't want other people that are not in my family, in my home, in the middle of the night. Do not make it about sex or age-related that just opens doors you don't need. I'm sure you would feel the same way if they were 40 and having guests over at night. Well, yes. Actually, I would feel the same. It's not about age. It's about having sex with people that you're not married to. Like, I'm really, really conservative about that. Do not have sex if you're not married to that person. Okay. So I think it's a more, and also, if I were to do that, I would hide it. I wouldn't broadcast it to the world because it's a very, very shameful thing to do. Oh my God. But anyway, enough of that. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for this video. I've rambled long enough, so this is already almost 30 minutes. But anyway, so I'm definitely going to be posting my other videos so I can, remove them from my phone. And I really enjoy doing this again. So, yeah, so I really love venting out. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to show you the finished product. So this is Pearl, my axe murderer doll. So I'm going to show you my other creations. I know that she's not perfect and probably she's not everyone's cup of tea, but I like her. I think she's very unique looking. But I think she's still a work in progress. I'm definitely going to be fixing her up even more. I'm going to try this new technique that I discovered on her, and maybe I'm going to change her wig. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in and for watching at this length. Okay, so thank you so much, and there will be more videos to come from Total Dolls. Have a nice one. Bye!